Welcome to the Station for Learning. Today we are going to learn about theater of the absurd.
The origin of this theatre. It was after World War II and in later 1950s that European playwrights came up with some very distinctive ideas that they started portraying via their plays. The main reason behind elevation of this movement was due to the terror and uncertainty amongst people after the World War. It was a collapse of political and ethical values. There was a trauma of coming across nuclear obliteration all the time that gave a hike to this very new theory. It was actually a Paris based new theatre uh, in which the Jean Genet and Jean Tardieu were from France, while other writers moved to France to pursue writing on absurd. The theatre actually originated from their writing style. This literary movement spread across the European countries of Germany, France, England, and others. The well known works of the theatre of the absurd are Eugene Ionesco's The Bald Soprano, Jean Genet, The Balcony, Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot, and many others. The Bald Soprano by Eugene Ionesco was the first play in 1950s where this theme was applied. Now the term. In 1960s, the critic Martin Aslin coined this term of the theatre of the absurd. Aslin gathered all those plays who were revolving around the absurd theme. The absurd factor present in these plays was about the reaction of man towards the world without any concrete meaning. They are unseen outside forces which control or endangers the man. The situation of man in these plays are greatly worthless and absurd. Now the concept by Søren Kierkegaard. In the 19th century, the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard came up with the absurdity of the world and situation of human in it. The idea of absurd is struggle about seeking value and sense in life, while human is unable to discover any of this meaning in this aimless, muddled, and illogical universe. It is the conflicting nature of human mind and universe that cause the absurd, and not that it happens separately. It was all related to how the surroundings of man control him while he reacts by going with the flow. The absurd theme can be found in his works of The Sickness Unto Death and Fear and Trembling. Albert Camus, the concept that Albert Camus gave about theatre of the absurd. Actually, the absurdism, they came with the idea of the absurdism mainly. No, it was the Algerian French philosopher Albert Camus wrote The Myth of Sisyphus in 1942, in which he argued about the meaninglessness of life and how human looks for the answers of his existence while some of these questions continue to be unanswered. The illusion of Sisyphus is used by the Camus. The Sisyphus was damned by the gods to roll a boulder up to the hill so that it could roll back down. It is an allegory as an individual's struggle in life, contrary to the absurdity of life. Camus argued that a man can only survive when he takes a joy in his struggle and accept it. Recognize the absurdity and encountering with it usually leave man with either suicide or back off from his fate, that is, the leap of faith. Attempting suicide was never a solution for the Sisyphus. Rather, he must accept his fate by enjoying the boulder rolling act. And same goes with the man, that he must not give up on the conditions that are going around, the situation that goes around man. Rather, he must accept his fate and goes on with the situation, take the decisions out of it and work on them, take the whole responsibility of whatever action he proposes in the reaction, in the conclusion of those situation, the surrounding environment, the atmosphere that he is facing. All right. Now the existentialism. Existentialism is a philosophical concept that focuses on the study of existence of human and the way they exist in this irrational universe. It is centered on the human looking for its search and meaning of their life by free will, making a choice and take responsibility of it. The existentialists search for their meaning of life, purpose of their presence while they are making choices as per their experiences and beliefs. Well-known existential thinkers as Nietzsche, Sartre, Kierkegaard, Camus, Jasper. There are two approaches towards existentialism. That is by Christian existentialism and others is by atheist existentialism. Kierkegaard presented the idea that human must come back to the basic idea of Christianity. Human and God must develop a personal relationship. He cannot connect God and love that when a person is involved in the action of love, he is devoted to God. He also gave a concept that human must leave themselves over to the scrutiny of God once they are done with their act. Jean-Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, and Nietzsche are the well-known names who proposed the atheist existentialism. This existentialism concept denounced the idea of afterlife or God saving human beings after death or on the day of judgment. Sartre believes that man is what he will himself to be. He shows up and becomes at what he wants to be. He gave an idea that humans are meant to be free and there is no creator. Sartre said existence precedes essence, means the person is responsible for his own acts and not to hold anyone responsible. Friedrich Nietzsche is also counted amongst the father of existentialism. He divides morality into two kinds, that are master morality and slave morality, in which he associated slavery with religion, specifically in the context of Christianity. He emphasizes on the conviction that religion does not teach you anything. Now, the theater of absurd. Eugene Ionesco describes the absurd as follows. Absurd is something that has no aim. When a man is cut off from his religious, metaphysical, and transcendental roots, he is lost. All his actions become senseless, absurd, useless, nipped in the bud. Killinger 272. The theater of absurd was highly influenced by the philosophy of existentialism. As discussed earlier, the absurdness in these theater plays was about how men react towards the world with a meaningless approach and how the other forces control him like he is some puppet. The characteristics of these plays was about tragic images, characters present in the desperate situations, confusing dialogues, plot making zero sense, no outcome apparently, like that. According to Eslin, in the theater of the absurd, you can barely recognize any human. The actions of these humans are absolutely indifferent. Dialogues are nothing more than a babble. The distance from religion in 20th century was also the cause that people perceiving that life has no recognizable reason. The work of these plays was greatly focused on the existentialism. There is nothing logical, realism, or unusual or usual characters to be found in these plays. They used to show that there is no sense or determination of human presence, and this leads to nil communication later. You will find illogical conversations, question answers, silence, and irrational conclusions to things. These plays have the same beginning and end point. The drama of absurd would rather ask you to come up with your conclusion and be wrong with it. You see something on the stage and you think that maybe it wasn't about that thing, it was about that thing, but actually the ultimate aim of the objective or the plot of the drama would be something else. So you need to dig out the meanings out of it, that what was the drama was about. Aslan said in his book Absurd Drama that this theatre is about attacking the relaxed conviction of religion or political ideas. They had the objective to make people see the reality around them instead of sitting there in a confine. These plays were not about putting audience into more desolation, rather to challenge them to accept the absurd situation and stand with utter responsibility, virtuously, because there is going to be no way out of this mystery of life. Man is present here alone and he has to deal with everything. Here are some of the well-known theatre of the absurd writer. Samuel Beckett, you see, Harold Pinter, Albert Camus, Eugene Ionesco, who gave their theories about it and write on this theme, this topic. Then the characters in the drama of the absurd. Man is lost in these dramas. They are unable to speak or comprehend with their rationality. These characters are usually working in a routine formula. The characters are flat and stereotypical. No antagonist that would contradict with the others. No hero who will change over the time or whose fate will be decided. There's no development occurring in the characters, and they are from same from start till the end. You will find the complex characters to be trapped in some crisis because the world around them is incoherent. You will also find these characters going through the disarray that are left by science and logic. Characters will be seen trapped in something routine and nothing will move forward or backward. Usually, the characters in these plays are comprised of two male or female and they are dependent on each other, just like Vladimir and Astrogen in Waiting for Godot. The plot. You will not find the traditional structure of plot in the theatre of absurd. Having no plot is a strict condition in the absurd play. There will be repetition and routine going on in the plot. The logical happenings around these characters or story is usually unknown. You see, you will not relate to it that what is actually happening with these characters, what is going on in the story. You will unable to make any sense with them or make any connection with them. You will see that this annoyance is not coming anywhere from the outside of the story. Rather, it is present only in that restricted place. Non-existence, blankness, uncertain mysteries are the main feature of any absurd plot. Same in the Godot. We see man waiting for a godlike character named Godot, but there is no one coming or going out from the plot. Failure of communication in the theatre of the absurd. Another well-observed feature in these plays are failure of communication amongst the characters. We can see the characters repeating dialogues or words in a most natural way. There is never a true communication taking place that could tell us a true connection. Most of the communication in these plays are making no sense and can be seen as comical effect too. When Lucky makes his speech in the play, the loss of memory also shows that how communication is broken here. Some of the questions in the play are asked several times. The ambiguity in communication is very much visible in the absurd plays, and one do not understand what is actually happening right now. You must have seen for instance, in the Waiting for Godot, we have seen that how the characters are asking something else, the answer was something else. Of who is coming and who is going, who will be coming, what will be their motives to that person, what will their person will by that person's importance will be for them. So everything is just so vague, so unclear that what's going to happen. The play closes as it was open. You see, there is no progress made overall the play, and the beginning and the end was same as the beginning was there. It was all same. They are present at the same place, and the same tree, and the same day and night are happening, but the person is not coming up. Whoever, for whatever reason they were present there. In the end, they say, well, shall we go? Yes, let's go. And then they do not move.
Thank you for learning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.